Odek,
Let's talk yenyewe.
let's continue.
Yeah.
Let's talk, man.
You know, on the pause, when you talked about the fears,
Yeah.
the fears that you had while having a first child,
Yeah.
and the fears, and every man has a fear, to be honest. Nikiangalia kila mtu akona fear yake.
Yes.
If you're getting into, especially marriage, then there's the aspect of family. How are you able to manage that to a point ukakubali mpaka vijana wengine watatu?
I think when we started at first, my biggest one was actually marriage. Let me start there. I had not thought I would be able to convince a woman to come live with me. I had nothing to offer.
Akikuangalia tu ni wewe. Venye nimekaa.
I come as I am. I come as I am. So the biggest one was just acting the whole thing. And then the Kenyan culture, marriage is big. So how do I even do a grandiose wedding with my non-resource? So that was a big fear for me in terms of, will I be able to be a capable enough man to get this girl to come and then be able to provide for her moving forward. So got a good girl, she was ready, she was willing. Thought, you don't know what you're getting into, but and she accepted and we got married. We had initially thought, let's not do a huge wedding, let's just do something small. Our families came around us and decided we'll give you this. You know, that way, somehow, I feel they short-circuited my process of actually doing
things for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Ningekuwa hapo, mimi ndio priest, mimi ndio provider, mimi ndio protector, ningefuatia na kila kitu.
Exactly. So that was short-circuited. So now we move into marriage. So now there is no family to come. You know, people come around you for the wedding. After the wedding, it's just you.
True.
It's just you. So month after month, you're having to hustle and ensure the family is together. And Odek, let no one deceive you. Even in this world where we are thinking we have independent women, we still have women who will still think a man has to provide. And we see it. We see even women who they have the money, the resources, but they'll keep their resources and wait for you to still provide. So that's a reality. So then, when we started to get a child, now a real fear. Now this is not someone I can convince that, oh, you know. This is someone who I either have the food or I don't.
It's kama kuna.
And there's a way it is stipulated that you need to provide for them. So when my son was born, my fear was, how will I be able to provide for him and be able to ensure he lives another day? And then day after day, imagine we find food, he eats, he lives. We find food, he eats, he lives. And by the end of it, now we are realizing, but then it's not rocket science. This can work. Then if it is going to work, the stress I went through in raising this boy, in terms of taking care of them, this was now waking up in the middle of the night to ensure he's being shughulikiwa, whether the mom had expressed milk, ndio niweze kumpea. And I'll want to hear your story kama wewe ulikuwa kwa delivery room, because that's a one of the scary things about childbirth. So then after we did this, I thought, I don't want to wait 2 years. Then I come back here, where I'm raising a small child again, doing diapers, waking up in the middle of the night, because it was sleepless night. I would wake up, I haven't slept the whole night, but I still need to go to work. Because men, who cares about men? When women are being given 30 days, men are given 14 days. That's all you have. See where we are. So Rudy job. So back to work. But back to work, the kid still is waking up in the middle of the night. The mom has been with the kid the whole day. So there is no way I'm saying, I guess I can. So but I got around to it. I talked to my wife and I told her, please. Let's do all 3 kids.
Si mara moja.
But it wasn't that when we were getting married, we knew we wanted 3 kids. And surprisingly, she's the one who used to say, I want 3 boys. So let's do it. So we got 3 boys. Na tukamaliza hiyo maneno. Me, there is nothing even that tickles inside of me to get another child. Nothing.
Think
Nimemaliza na hiyo.
nafaa kuambia bibi yangu hakuna kitu ni tiko. Kwa mtiko.
Mambo ya watoto tunamaliza. Yeah, but I think the fear doesn't end. You constantly still wonder, now they're becoming teenagers. Will I be able to handle?
The other level now.
Yes. Kwa sababu sitaki kuua mtu. I don't want to go to prison. But these kids can test your limit.
That's quite interesting. That's interesting.
Why?
It's so interesting. You know what you're mentioning, because as you parent, even as a guy,
Yes.
they also these fears of alikuwa mtoto, sasa ana grow.
Yes.
Mnaanza kuangaliana kwa hao, mnasaliana unataka kusugua meno. Kama una place nyingine kusugua meno, mnapatana hapo. Anakuambia tusonga na chelewa.
Yes. That's the truth. That's the truth. I have my boy comes to measure my hand. Ebu your hand.
Unakame tuko karibu.
Yeah.
Tuko karibu.
I'm wondering what madness is this? So why are you measuring whether you're close to getting to where I am? But anyway. Oh, secure masculinity.
I get you. I think for me, we have a blended family.
Okay.
So my wife had a baby before.
Okay.
So this is the teenager. Okay. So mimi nilikuwa na aspect kadhaa. So I'm married to my wife. She has a son.
Yes.
Okay. Then now we have a daughter who comes into the picture. So I remember when the first weekend I was mimi sikuwa nataka story eti na drive gari mbio, eti niko kwa barabara napigia watu, songeni tunapata
that was me.
Niambia wife tusikizane.
Yes.
Nisaidie. Hii siku.
Yes.
Wacha nikudrop. Niko tu kwa
On a certain day.
Ukianza kupiga nduru mimi niko huko. Najua uko safe.
Yes.
So and I remember even now before that there were things that I just lost my job.
Okay.
So I was not working. Okay? Surprise, wife, mtoto ndio anakama. So I remember I was just praying to God and asking God, man, what is this? Mimi sasa hii ni stress. Because now, you see, depression yangu imeanza before. Now starting thinking, so this is, niko na wife, mtoto, kuna huo firstborn, but huo sasa hata bado ako, but sasa huyu ni mayagi.
Maana anaweza jipanga.
Sijaidi na mtoto mdogo. To me, in fact, even when you get a baby, I don't carry your baby for like 4 or 5 months. Mtoto wako. Yeah. So now huyu ni wangu. So I remember even having a conversation with my wife. I'm like, I'm done. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because there's the hospital which you have to pay for. I don't have a job. Sina source of income. Mtoto anakuja. In fact, let me celebrate my wife here because during her clinic, she paid for all of them. But now this is what she used to do. Yes. She used to give me the money to pay.
Yes.
Okay? To secure
mahali huko.
Yeah. You get. And that's one of the things I appreciate because I don't know how I would have handled that particular time.
Yeah. And there are many clinics. It's
not one.
Yeah.
So the number, if so 9 months, she used to pay from her savings.
Yes. As mnajaribu kufigure out how
trying to figure out work. And yeah, God came through last minute. Was ile dakika ya mwisho. In fact, venye mtu nilifanya job fulani right time.
Yeah.
Nikalipa NHIF. Yenye ilikuwa inafaa cancel. You know how NHIF works?
Yeah.
That you go to hospital. When you kama uja huko umelipa, by the time you go inakuchukua another 3 months.
Yes. Yeah, before you
activate. You know, it work immediately. Naenda hosi hivi, wife ashajamisha na sijina watu huko. Mimi nilikata singi hiyo room. Nilika mahali karibu, lakini idea yangu ilikuwa hii. I told her, I'll be out here.
Yeah.
So that when the baby goes out, I follow where the baby is.
Yeah.
Okay, because I wanted nasikia stories za watoto kuibiwa.
Yes.
I just wanted to see where she's put. Yeah. So I can identify niseme ndio huyu ni nini, so I know, then come check. Yeah. Daktari ashaniambia uko sawa, watu wameniendelea hivyo. So I did not go in. But now after a few days, because now I'm trying to juggle, trying to figure out what to do because there's a kid coming home. There's easy vitu zote. My dad uko na Nicola na mwanaume kagi hospitali sana. Unapiga
that's them.
Unapiga katapo, unaona uko sawa, unapeleka ka fruit una lose. So unashindaje you see? But there's joy that I have gotten to father a child. Okay? And seeing this come to be. Okay? By those days I couldn't express it. Yeah. But now, even as I'm happy, there's this thing that is disturbing me because the joy is not the child being born. Okay? Is this child being taken care of? Every single day, there are diapers that need to be bought, there are needs. So I used to keep quiet sometimes in the house, and my wife would ask, why are you quiet? Kwani nimekosea? She doesn't know. Me, I'm thinking, hizi diapers nishaona zimekaa hivi.
You have to plan ahead, man.
Hizi diapers zafazibaiwe.
Sasa kazi kulea.
So and then now I got a kibarua. So I used to wake up in the morning, cook for my wife. I have to think of her, cook for her to have something to eat, through the day. Ndio nikirudi home tunaanza tena fresh. Okay? My guy, it was one of the longest season. I remember when my daughter was turning 1 year, I actually cried. Because I was like, nimehack weka mtu hii. Mpaka afike mwaka moja. In fact, ilikuwa ni kama sisi wote tumegaza tunalia.
Yes. No one talks about that, guy. No one talks about the same thing after 1 year. I was feeling like.
In fact, your bash. So now I came to understand why. Bash ya kwanza kwa gia watu hii.
Ni watu wakubwa.
Ni watu wakubwa.
Separate.
Because I'm like, yo, mtoto ameko 1 year, hajakufa, hajaumia, ako intact.
Na nyinyi pia mjaumana.
Nyinyi pia mjaumana kwa nyumba.
Yes.
As in, I realized the things that were giving me stress that I never understood.
Yes.
But as I'm walking out every day, I have to not show my wife that I'm stressed.
Yes.
Because if I'm stressed, she'll be more stressed.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you know that thing you have to think she can go back home. And tell her parents, who are machine.
Yes.
I've taken up the responsibility. But one of the things, again, I appreciate about having people, a man figure around you. Because sometimes my dad would be like in a home. I just walk into town for no apparent reason. So I mean, I don't know who home there. Angalau.
Yes.
So I'd walk into town and then it's like, I know where you are. It would be like, as in, I saw the importance of even men coming around you in seasons like this.
Yes.
Because people think you have it all together.
Okay? And you're not doing it, Odek, because you're a lazy bum.
Yes.
There's just that something. I'm even not looking at it from the place of dads coming together, from the place of helping this person. There's something that happens in another man in being able to be a support
for another man.
Yes.
And I think I learned it from seeing that, how my dad came around me and all that. Now I became very intentional on looking for friendships that children are involved. Okay?
Yes.
Not just relationship that tuko peke yetu.
Yes.
Because I realized I cannot know how to be a father by myself.
No.
Okay? I need to be in a space where I can have friends who we can talk to and say, hey, mtu yangu anadu hivi. Okay? Or this is going on. Or there are times to him sick.
Yes.
Okay? Someone who will be like, najiuna hiyo do. Chukua hii usort, but kuja to dimezi shida zetu baadaye. To save face for you from your wife looking at you as if you can't provide. Okay?
And having that is awesome.
It's awesome. I remember in sidebar. I remember even as we were having watoto mshakwa. I remember this landlord sending me this one I had to share with my wife because I to my text nini zile za wasenyi itabidi mhame. Because venye manzi alikuwa anakawa kulipa rent. Kila month anajua inakam lakini hajui ni nini nitakam lini.
Na pato vitu ni realize ni landlord pia anakuwa na shida zao.
Hiyo. So aliniambia text akaniambia boss itabidi umehama. So I'm like, hey, I just told my wife this is what we received. Ushasikia unaenda kutafuta nyumba. Juu uwezi rudi kwa wazazi. Sasa uko peke yako. Hauwezi rudi kwa kuishi na father in law. Mpaka hata wife ananiambia situende tuishi nikasema my responsibility is to provide for you guys. Is to protect you guys. So whatever way I don't know how but ula noda alinipatia a month ya kujipanga. Nikajipanga. Lakini nimejipanga niko na rent moja. So we found a house. Tukaingia hiyo house. Looked at the house is good. Mtoto kwanza aliingia kaonyesha vinya mipenda. Alikimbia kila mahali. Nikajua huyu hii ndio nyumba. So this house was supposed to pay rent and deposit ya 2 months.
Madness that is hunting nowadays. Yes.
So nikalipa ile nilikuwa nayo. Nikawa sasa pia ni kama Mungu aliwafaidia ukarabi story hii moja.
Yeah.
To story. Ended up last minute and then having boys around you.
Yes.
So my friends wakarealize wasa wanahama. So walikama wakapaka kila kitu ya nyumba yetu. Wakatocheza ni mbili ni mimi na wife ya kukula. Wakisema tunahama kesho, tunakujia. Mzee mimi niko na rent hiyo nyumba.
Hauna nayo.
Mzee God alitusort last minute.
Yeah.
Tukahama. And these are things I'm sharing not because sometimes you might be in situations as a guy and you're thinking, how am I going to have this part out?
Yes.
But there's the place of God, but there's also the place of friendships that come around you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about friendships, it's people who cover your shame. Okay? Where their idea is to protect you, not to stab you.
Yes. Not to embarrass.
Not to embarrass you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So friends came around that time to kuna wale wanakuja kuna kama msebada na survive kama yuko.
Yeah.
He did.
Because tulijua
hutaweza. Okay? But just I understood and I'm like, what if? Yes, the idea is for a man to provide, be a protector, be a priest.
Yes.
But what if we had a culture of men surrounding one another? Okay? And there are places, maybe I probably don't know how to, what that term means of being a priest. But if I can have men who actually living out that in their families, okay? To be around me and show me this is how a priest should be like in a house setting. Okay? The place for providing. Okay? I might be thinking I'm providing, but it's not just about money.
No, it's not about the money. It's not just
okay, because how we think about provision is money. It has to be money, money, money. But am I providing security for my family?
Yes.
Okay? Am I providing stability,
a way of
leadership in my family?
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So most times we think leadership, even to zote provision is money. So when I have money, I'll provide leadership, I'll provide protection, even to zote. And then I've come to realize that's not it. That's not it.
And Odek, I'm glad you shared that, and you it's like you're just connecting all of them. That's why I'm keeping quiet, but just for emphasis that. So you're in all this that you're going through, does the man's responsibility stop because he's going through this, or does the man's responsibility end only in the family scene, ama also outside? Because now you're talking about men who are being priests in their homes, and because they are being priests in their homes, they are giving you ideas of ways you can be priests in your home. And this community is allowing for an easy way. I've realized that with my kids, just like you're saying in terms of looking for friends and being with people, so we sometimes may appear like we are desperate, but it's because we know the value of having that community. Yes. So we look for people and we tell them, we want to come, we want to come, we want to come.
I never understood that thing.
Yes.
But the moment children came to me, and I realized they're grown. Okay? I want a place where, one, we can talk as parents. I can have a community of men around me who are going through the same things, okay? Rather than being zile niko hivi, niko like I have it all covered, and yet there's nothing I'm doing, okay? So even me, but then it's much like desperate. I'm more intentional now because there's something I'm seeing that there's a way I want to raise my children. Okay? So I'm being intentional. So I don't care how people look at it and be like, I'm needy because I need my children to have a better foundation.
True, I am.
It's true, I'm needy.
Yes.
And I'm praying that men would get to that space where they'll say, I'm needy because it's for the sake of my family.
And I can't do this on my own.
I can't do this on my own. But also for the lady side, okay, where they can be able to protect the man. Okay? Nikidate wife yangu, kwa sababu alikuwa anadhani mimi ndo nampeleka out. But yeye alikuwa anampeleka dates. Because sina do.
Yes. And that's a reality.
Sina do kumpeleka out. In fact mpaka kuna time alikuwa na sacrifice. Jusi yote tulikuwa na gari so mimi na decide kuacha yangu. Yeye pia anaacha yake. Okay? Ndio tupatane tao. Ile pesa alikuwa labda yake mafuta ananipea fare.
It works.
It works. And she never went on telling people mimi ndio nasaidia you boys. In fact, mimi ndio naiongea sahi because I know what she used to do to sort out so that our relationship can grow.
But does that make you less of a man?
No. In fact, she affirmed me more, and she used to tell me, there's a time that is going to be better.
Yes.
This is just a season. And I'm praying that even for, because men will only feel insecure when even the people who they should feel safe with are causing them more insecure. So I think even for the ladies, you need to be the one affirming that dude.
Yes.
You need to be there and showing them that by the way, this is just a season. Because you not be broke unless they are so lazy. But it's just a season. Okay? And so the things I've been so intentional on. Having that family setting, that meaning going back to our parents and learning from them. Say hapa muli navigate aje. Because sasa hiyo ukiona mtu wako ni mgonjwa uko na stress nishakuli. Ukipiga mzazi anakuambia in fact tumpatie paracetamol ndio sawa. And so I'm learning this thing and it's because I've been intentional on those things, not looking at what affected me back as growing up, but I'm like, let me bridge this gap. Okay? And be there. So that my family can see that this guy is actually intentional. How he was there for the family, doing that. Excuse me, hata ukiniambia eti sijui kuna time nataka niseme nafaa kwenda hapa lakini wacha nikae home for. Ndio. Wacha nikae home. Nicheze nao hapo hivyo. It's the joy I get in it.
And it makes all the difference.
Yes.
It makes all the difference. It may not seem like it now, but then seeing the change in your kids, pole, as the days go by, then you begin to see the impact you're having. And just like you said, with the way you started in terms of with your dad, that it won't be something that just erupts. It grows organically. And I like something you said in the beginning by saying, you may have not started it, but now is the time to start.
You don't have to wait for years.
No. Don't wait for to have it all together. Start now.
And for men, it's okay to have years. Yes. Okay? Of providing, of being the priest, of being what this world tells us we need to be.
Yes.
Okay? But even as the fears are there, my challenge to us is, are we intentional? Yeah. Are we really intentional on that I don't know how to even father my children? Am I intentional to be in spaces where I'm seeing children being fathered? Yes. Okay? I don't know how to provide. Am I pushing myself to be that person? Okay? Who at the end of the day, my family will say that by the way, he tried. Yeah. Okay? It's not doing it. Yes. It's actually having the place of trying. Will I be there to be like, they'll say that he led us, he was a priest in our house. Okay? And if I don't know how to, do I have people who are willing to hold my hand? Okay, because one of the things I've realized with this community of men is that we are our own poison. Okay, where if someone is thriving, afadhali hata nimkanyagie. Yes. Okay. Last month we had a conversation about, and so we brought men together, and so as we were talking, we had Burale come in, and Burale said a number of things, and he was talking about how men are just this thing we are against ourselves. Yes. Okay. Where you remember this thing if you're adult. So now that I have both, and I realize I always do this. When my daughter falls, I run up to her and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Nini, wipe her, nini. When my son falls, I'm like, msimwangalia ataanza kulia. Yes. Okay. Let him deal with I'm teaching my son to deal alone, uko kando. Yeah. Okay, and yet I should be there to hold him and say, it's okay to fall. Yeah. But as you fall, I am here for you. Yeah. Okay? We can do this together. And so I came out there thinking, that's the same thing we do as men. Where I see you follow, but I'm not there for you. No. Okay? So if my now idea is if it's what I'm being challenged to do is, if my struggle is fatherhood, let me look for Sasino. Okay? As much as, even if he doesn't know, but we can walk the journey together. Yeah. Okay? And we have support. Indeed. We have support. Thank you. Yani, we have had an awesome time. I think these conversations are conversations this consistency we need to build. I agree. This cannot be something that we hope to happen. We have to do it. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep encouraging men. Men, again, as I say, you're not alone. Don't deal alone. Get another man, hold another man, and do the work together so that we can build this brotherhood together. So that men, let's talk. Sawa. Thank you.